Anxiety is everywhere right now. Millions of people are journaling, meditating, going to therapy, taking medication, and still waking up at 3 a.m. with their hearts pounding. Still feeling that tight, heavy dread that never fully goes away. What if the answer isn't a new technique? What if it's something that's been sitting in Islamic tradition for over 1,400 years? Something called Tawakkul. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what Tawakkul is, why it works against chronic anxiety at the root, and how you can actually start practicing it. Whether you're Muslim, new to Islam, or just curious, this video is for you. Let's get into it. Let's start with the definition. Tawakkul is an Arabic word. It means complete trust and reliance on Allah, on God. Now, before you think this is just a religious platitude, let me be very precise about what Islamic scholars say Tawakkul actually is, because most people misunderstand it. Tawakkul is not saying, God will handle it, and doing nothing. There's a famous story about this. A man came to the Prophet Muhammad and said he was leaving his camel without tying it, because he trusted in Allah. The Prophet told him, tie your camel, then put your trust in Allah. That's the whole model. Right there. In one sentence. You do your part. Fully, seriously, with your best effort. You tie the camel. You study for the exam. You see the doctor. You build the business. You have the hard conversation. You do everything you are capable of doing. And then, after your honest effort, you release the outcome to Allah. Completely. Genuinely. That two-step combination is Tawakkul. Effort plus surrender. Work plus trust. Now here's the part that most anxiety content misses entirely. Chronic anxiety, the kind that never really goes away, is almost always a control problem. Your brain has a core belief, usually unconscious, that sounds like this. If I think hard enough, worry enough, plan enough, and prepare for every possible scenario, I can prevent bad things from happening. So your brain never stops running. It's always simulating danger. Always asking, what if? Always trying to stay one step ahead of disaster. That's exhausting. And it's also impossible, because no human being can actually control outcomes. We can influence them, but control them? Never. And deep down, some part of you knows that, which is why the anxiety never fully stops, no matter how much you plan, because the threat you're trying to neutralize, uncertainty, never actually goes away. So the brain keeps running. Forever. That is the loop. And Tawakkul is the thing that breaks it. Here's why Tawakkul works where other approaches fall short. Most anxiety treatments teach you to manage the symptoms. Breathe slower. Challenge the negative thought. Take medication to calm the chemical reaction. These tools are helpful. I'm not dismissing them. But they don't change the underlying belief. The belief that you are responsible for controlling outcomes stays intact. And because that belief is impossible to fulfill, the anxiety keeps coming back. Tawakkul changes the belief itself. Islam says, you are responsible for effort. Allah is responsible for outcomes. Those are two completely separate jobs. And you only have one of them. When you genuinely internalize that, when it moves from something you say to something you actually believe, the anxiety loop breaks right at the source. You've done your part. You've given your best. The result belongs to Allah, who has complete knowledge, complete power, and complete wisdom over everything. What exactly is left to worry about? The Prophet described people who truly practice Tawakkul like birds. He said, if you were to rely on Allah as he should be relied upon, he would provide for you as he provides for the bird. It goes out in the morning hungry and returns in the evening full. The bird doesn't sit in its nest paralyzed. It doesn't hoard in panic. It moves, it does what a bird does, and it trusts. Every day. That image isn't poetic decoration. It's a practical psychological model for how to live without chronic anxiety. Okay, so how do you actually practice this? Because Tawakkul is not a feeling you just wait to have. It's a discipline you build. Step 1. Define what your part actually is. Before any decision or challenge, get clear. What can you actually do here? Make a list. Prepare. Research. Act. Do everything on that list with full effort and honesty. Step 2. Draw a line. There is a point where your control ends. The job interview ends when you walk out the door. The medical test result is out of your hands after the blood draw. The business launch is live and the market decides. Recognize that line. Step 3. Make the verbal transfer. This sounds simple, but it matters. Say it out loud or in your heart. I have done my part. The result is with Allah, meaning it is the whole exercise. Step 4. Redirect the loop. When the what-if thoughts come back, and they will, especially at first, don't argue with them. Just return to your statement. I did my part. The result is with Allah, every time, without frustration, like a gentle redirect. Step 5. Strengthen your connection. Tawakkul doesn't exist in a vacuum. It grows from a real relationship with Allah, through prayer, through learning about His names and attributes, through understanding that He is Al-Wakil, the trustee, the one who manages all affairs. The stronger your connection, the more natural tawakkul becomes. This is a practice. It takes weeks, maybe months of sincere effort to feel the full shift. But even in the early days, people report a noticeable lightening, a quieting of the loop, a new kind of rest they haven't felt in years. Anxiety is real. It's painful. And if you're dealing with it, you deserve real answers, not just coping strategies that help you survive each day. Tawakkul is not a shortcut. It's a complete reorientation of how you relate to uncertainty, to control, and to Allah. And when you practice it sincerely, when it moves from a concept in your head to a lived reality in your chest, something changes. Quietly, deeply, permanently. If you're curious about Islam and what it truly teaches, beyond the headlines and the noise, I'd love to guide you further. Check the link below to explore our courses at Path to Islam. Everything is designed for non-Muslims and new Muslims who want to understand the real depth of this faith. If this video helped you, give it a like, share it with someone dealing with anxiety, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.